need
Yep, you're there. There you are.
I don't need to look at the chat. There we go.
Oh, it is dark.
Yeah.
Behind you.
Yeah. I'm very bright, everybody. It's dark behind me. I have a different lighting setup. We're still in the same house, obviously, but I've had to set up my thing a little differently. So Lauren just made a comment that it's very dark behind me. But that's okay. It is 8 o'clock, I believe.
Yep.
So I welcome everybody. I know I'm assuming it'll be a small audience, but I hope you all will enjoy the show. It's summer. You know, there's two reasons why I never did live from home shows in the summer. One being the fact that we had window units, which I'd have to turn off. Now that we have a mini split, it's quiet and it's cool. So that's one reason I can have them. But the other reason I usually don't is because people are busy in the summers, and I understand that. But I appreciate you taking the time to be with me for this show, and I'll probably do one next month anyway. For those of you who want to join me, I mean, it's hotter than hell where we are, so I'm sure it's pretty hot where you are, and it's nice to be inside. But anyway, so I'm doing, as you know, Lauren is here with me. Say hello, Lauren.
Hello, Lauren.
You're so cute.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah. And I am doing Back Home. This is one of my favorite albums, and it's a very autobiographical album, like most of mine are. And this was the one that I did right after I left my 20-year relationship with Chris Williamson, and it was a very difficult time. It's not a depressing album, because there's a lot of hope in this album. There's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of looking back, but mostly there's a lot of looking forward of where my life was taking me. And that's what I'm going to talk about as I do each song. I'm doing 10 of the 12 songs, and I'm hopefully going to fit them all in an hour. I'm not going to talk a lot. Well, I'm going to talk some. I'm not going to show any photos though tonight. So, so I'm going to start with This Train. Now, This Train, of course, is my train song, because when I left the West Coast and moved back to the Midwest and joined my Local 1000, I moved back into the folk world. And if you're a folk singer, you got to have a train song. So this is a song about leaving the West and moving east. This train only runs on a one-way track. Once you head east, there's no turning back. Once you're on board, you can ride for days through the evening fog and the morning haze. There's no getting off once you're on the rail. Come to win and come to fail. The big wheels rumble through the frozen night, past the Heartbreak Hotel and the neon lights. I ride the hansom as the wind blows by and the trees all bend to the cry. I searched for love and I found it whole, but a drifting heart and a wandering soul kept me moving down this eastbound line, picking up pieces of what I thought was mine. Packing the bags I've carried so long, an old guitar and an older song, and I'll find it someday and I'll put it in place. Give it a name, give it a face. I ride the hansom as the wind blows by and the trees all bend to the cry. This train keeps my heartbeat steady. Line up the rhythm and the roll is ready. This train keeps me right on track. Only the wheels and the West at my back. This town looks good as a town can be, far from the mountains, far from the sea. Winter behind me and spring so near. Everything I hope for, everything I fear. Think I may get off when this train comes still, Find me a new start, find me a will. Write up the written and roll up the rest. Stand down to sorrow, stand up the best. I ride the hansom as the wind blows by, and the trees all bend to the cry. This train keeps my heartbeat steady. Line up the rhythm and the roll is ready. This train keeps me right on track. Only the wheels and the west at my back. Only the wheels and the west at my back. Only the wheels and the west at my back. That's hard to play. I don't use finger picks enough to make it smooth. I need to practice that more. So that is This Train. All about moving back to the Midwest, which is where I needed to go. Where's my list? 4. I lived 30 years on the West Coast, and 20 of those, of course, with Chris. I was in LA for 10 years. And I was in LA for 17 years. 10 of those were with Chris, and then the second 10 were in Oregon. Or a little more than 10 in Oregon. But this song was one of the early songs I wrote. Now, what I didn't realize, and I should have, is that in leaving Chris, it caused a huge schism in the women's community. And, people were devastated. I did not expect that. I guess I should have. We always touted ourselves as the poster children for codependency. But it was it was a joke. But it turns out it really wasn't a joke, because people built their lives around the fact that we had a solid relationship. And people had to start questioning their own relationships. And that was hard for people. People were mad at me. People would send me emails saying, you have to stay together for us. That's not really how it works. But it was a tough time. It was a tough time for everyone. And I wrote the song because it was big rumors spreading everywhere. Oh, it's all over. It's, they're done. It's all over. How can this be? So I had to write this song called All Over Town, because it was all over, but it was all over town. So this is a single drop D? Yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. Come on. There we go. It's a time I still remember, from a place that I could never forget. It's a piece of broken pottery from a veil of deep regret. It's the sound of voices in the waves, it's the sound of sea on sea. It's the beat of all creation, it's the heart of you and me. But it's all over, it's all over, it's all over town. It's all over, it's all over, it's all over town. But I'll find you in this newsstand, and I'll pass you in the underground. I'll see you at the country fair, I'll see you around town. I'll call you on a bet sometime. We'll laugh outside the schoolyard and wonder how we ever found our way back home. There's a storm outside the window, there's thunder in my heart. And the rain that's, excuse me, and the rain lets fall the teardrops and the sunlight breaks apart. It's a sense of something sacred, it's the sound of sea on sea. It's a beat of all creation, it's the heart of you and me. And it's all over, it's all over, it's all over town. It's all over, it's all over, it's all over town. Well, I'll find you in the newsstand, I'll pass you in the underground, I'll see you at the country fair, I'll see you around town. I'll call you on a bet sometime, and we'll laugh outside the schoolyard and wonder how we ever found our way back home. Well, I'll find you in the newsstand, I'll pass you in the underground, I'll see you at the country fair, I'll see you around town. I'll call you on a bet sometime, and we'll laugh outside the schoolyard and wonder how we ever found our way back home. And wonder how we ever found our way back home. Thank you. Yeah, I think I was a bit naive because I really did think, oh, we'll see each other. You know, I'll find you in the newsstand because we were all the news. Pass you in the underground because that's where we live. And, you know, we both played the country fair. But it didn't work out that way. We did, for a while, we were talking to each other on the phone. And we realized that was not the best thing to do. And Chris's therapist suggested we don't. So we stopped talking. Now, I did see her in Women's Week. I would see her on the street. We would see each other and we would greet each other. We would stop and talk. We'd hug each other. I went to her shows there. I don't know that she went to any of mine. But when her brother died, I waited for her outside the post office cabaret to give my condolences. But then it just sort of, you know, started falling away. And, you know, I just stupidly thought we would always stay in touch. But then I also know that I really hurt her badly because when I left, I didn't leave alone. I left with somebody. I didn't leave her for somebody. I left with Jane, and that was my mistake. I didn't have the courage, really, to leave alone. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know anything. So I hooked up with a woman from the Midwest and ended up in the Midwest. And now that was a 10-year relationship that was very difficult, which sort of was my karma. But that's all good. But anyway, you know, life does go on, and we do things that we often regret, but they take us someplace where we need to be. And I needed to get away. I needed to start a new life, and I have. And now I've started a life again, and this is the most beautiful life I've had. So, moving on. This is the one song on the album. Well, there's two songs on the album, but one of the ones I'm doing that is not about the relationship or me moving on. This song I actually wrote in the car, which I rarely do. But I was traveling, and I wasn't driving, and heading to the Midwest, and I had this book of stories that my cousins had put together to honor our grandparents. And it was a lovely collection of stories. And I could submit one as well, but there was one in particular that really touched me, and it was written by and they're all true stories. This was written by my cousin Suzanne, who we have since lost in the last few days. We lost her to cancer. But this is for my Norwegian grandparents, called Ancestors. She gazed down softly at him, her special handsome beau. At 93, her love for Pa did ever brightly show. 3/4 of a century, through hard times and the good, they never spoke an angry word. I hardly think they could. I watched her smile sweetly, her twinkling eyes are brown. A young girl at the heart of things, though age had slowed her down. We never thought that kids would come, then Pa turned with a grin. But when we learned we couldn't stop and quit after the twins. 11 children all in all, and a grandson taken in. Loving tales of years gone by, through the thickest and the thin. A farmer needs a lot of help. The kids all worked each day, plowing fields and digging peat and bringing in the hay. Grandpa had the toughest skin, he'd never seemed to mind packing in the silo and putting in the time. And the boys would stamp and shiver through winter's deepest chill, but he never seemed to freeze like them, that strong Norwegian will. As they aged and needed care, a new life soon arose. With heavy heart at 90, the sweetheart still so close. With failing eyes and failing ears, reluctantly agreed to leave their home in Keister and move on to Albert Lee. And it was common knowledge in the home, with all the lights turned down, with all the elders tucked tight in, and darkness all around. Pa would push his bed up next to Ma's there in the room, and hand in hand across the reach, the sleeping bride and groom. Pa would always say he hoped he'd be the first to go. He couldn't bear to live without his precious Anna Flo. As fate would soon decide it, Clement passed away. At 96, a sweet goodbye was all that he could say. And Ma passed from us 3 years hence, peacefully at ease, reaching outstretched arms to someone only she could see. I do believe she reached for Pa, I'd like to think it's so, waiting from the other side for his precious Anna Flo. All that we remember, and all we never will, the grandsons and the granddaughters, the generations still. We've written down our memories to pass as history. We cannot lose the light of all our blessed ancestry. Thank you. Yeah? You okay? Excuse me. I choked on something. This is a song I rarely do, but I love this song. And it was, again, it came out of a lot of pain. Of leaving and not knowing what I was doing and where I was going, just knowing that I had to go, I had to leave, I had to find myself again, because I was getting lost in the duo situation, the duo personality. We were Chris and Tret, and I just became Ann Tret, and I needed to discover who I was again. And this is a song about moving on. This is a song about flying, that eventually I would be able to fly again. I swallowed my tears like a shot of tequila that burns all the way to my heart. I turn round the mirror that shows my reflection to hide how I'm tearing apart. But I'll fly again one day with hardly an effort. I'll soar to the top of the sky. Like a bird on a stepper, I'll float on the wind and I'll fly. Dropped right out of me, choking on things I can't say. I've closed off the rooms I can no longer heat, though my fire is running away. And I'll climb to the top of this treacherous mountain, I'll scale it one rock at a time, and I'll brave all the avalanche element perils and climb. There's nothing to keep me from crashing to earth if my tethers are torn and refused. And there's everything here to prevent me from falling. My safety net's hardly been used. 'Cause I've worked it so often without any guidelines. I've walked my life on the high wire. Seldom a bother and never a moment when all my life wasn't on fire. And I'll seek you and find you in all of these ashes, the flickering fire and flame. And we'll walk inside promise and swear to the fact that love is all that remains. I'll fly again one day with hardly an effort. I'll soar to the top of the sky. Like a bird on a zephyr, I'll float on the wind and I'll fly. Thank you. People clapping? Is that just you?
Yep.
Nice. Well, this next song is Angel of Love. An Angel of Love I personally feel like I am protected by angels. I always have felt that way. I mean, I've had so many close calls where I know it's my angels that are watching over me and keeping me safe in my crazy life that I've lived. And two of those angels are my mother, who I lost far too soon. She was only 73 when she passed away. And my nanan, my grandmother, the strong Italian women in my life, I know watch over me. But in this instant, I needed the angel of love to protect me, and that's what this is about. My dreams were walking quietly, and there are angels all around, and the poetry of madness is a distant Doppler sound, and the ghosts of my undoing are unraveling in the glow. To ease a crease of anguish, I am certain I must go. And it's a dream that's based on vision, and it's truth that's lacking tough. But if our dreams can all come true, then the angels are enough. Well, I live the truth of consequence, of memory and math, of history and hungry days and echoes of the past. And there are storm clouds that are hiding the promise of a sun, and the rain falls down in crying sheets until the pressure's gone. And promise pulses plenty, and the past is but a rift. But if the future is a shadow, then the present is a gift. Angel, angel, angels all around me, angels up above, but tonight I need the angel of love. So I call upon the saints who watch and guide me through these days, when I cannot tell what's up or down, and my mind is but a place. And the ticking of my heart is all that keeps the timing slow. I'd rather not get turned around if I know the way to go. And I trust your hand will hold me, and I fear your heart may burst. But if all this leads to loneliness, then nothing could be worse. Angel, angel, angels all around me, angels up above, but tonight I need the angel of love. In my dreams we're walking quietly, and there are angels all around, and the poetry of madness is a distant Doppler sound, and the ghosts of my undoing are unraveling in the glow. To ease a crease of anguish, I am certain I must go. And it's a dream that's based on vision, and it's truth that's lacking tough. But if our dreams can all come true, then the angels are enough. If our dreams can all come true, then the angels are enough. If our dreams can all come true, then the angels are enough.
when you first moved here, there was a great folk artist that I loved, and she did really cool angels.
Uh-huh.
And I actually she on Barnwood.
Uh-huh.
And I talked.
I hope you can hear her.
And I talked to her back and forth a bit about special ordering and Angel of Love.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted to use it kind of as a headboard for us.
Yeah.
But I ended up, kids, money,
Yeah. That's so cool, though. I did not know that. Well, this before I do this next song, since I'm at the halfway point, I'm going to do a real quick, I don't want to linger with this, but I do want to remind you, I'm going to put this up real quick, that I would appreciate donations if you can. There's no requirement, there's no need, but if you're willing to help, you can buy a ticket, a $20 ticket, by going to TretFury.com/events, and the first event on the page is this show, and you can click on buy a ticket. You can also get a ticket, you can also just donate whatever you feel like through PayPal.me/TretFury or Venmo Tret-Fury. Those are the three ways. Now, if you want any of my music, go to TretFury.com shop, and you can find all my music there. Physical CDs and digital downloads, single songs or album downloads. The other thing I have on here is my Patreon page. Please remember that my Patreon page is a lifesaver, and many of you donate to me every month, and it keeps me going, and it keeps the bills paid, and I appreciate it so very, very much. Truly. I'm not working much this summer, as I've said before. I don't have any shows. I have something coming up Saturday that I'll tell you about a little later. I'm part of a fundraiser. But otherwise, other than this and my next live show in August, I am not working because we're hopefully going to be finding a new house. And that's sort of our focus right now. But anyway, that's my little spiel, as you know. I appreciate you. Again, don't feel any obligation, because this is a show for you, and this is something that I love doing every time. Now this, I'm going to send this out to my friend Katie Light. I don't know if she's here with us or not, but she loves this song. This is one of her favorites. And it is of mine as well. This song is interesting because one of the key lines of this song came out of a conversation that Chris and I were having when we were still talking on the phone. And I know she was having a really hard time. She was, we lived in the country, and she was out in the country pretty much by herself. We didn't really have neighbors. There were some redneck neighbors, but nobody that we would out there that we really had as friends. I mean, she had friends, but she was feeling pretty isolated and alone, and I understand that, and I really understood that in my next relationship. But there was one conversation in particular where she said to me, she was going into town, she was going to go to the WOW Hall. The WOW Hall is Workers of the World Union Hall. It was the Wobbly Hall. And it's a great, funky place for concerts. And Toshi Reagan was in town. And she decided she would go see Toshi. So when she was driving into town, she told me, she says, I had to practice smiling. She had forgotten how, and that just killed me. That just broke my heart. All the more reason why we really needed to not be talking to each other all the time. But anyway, and she's always been considered the morning bird. She was always up at dawn. I had a whole pot of coffee before I even got up, and I didn't sleep in. So this is called Morning Bird. What? I can't play harmonica with a lozenge in my mouth. Huddled deep beneath the blankets, hunkered down against the cold. No one there to keep her warm, no one there to hold. She's calling out a name at night, hoping to be heard far Far across the lonely miles sings a morning bird. There's a candle lit forever in the smallest, darkest room, burning strong against the cross, against the heady gloom. And a place is set forever at the table of the soul. You can see it through the window, you can feel it through the cold. When the darkness falls upon you and the pain is too to bear, when the heart is bleeding bitter and the cold is everywhere, just bite into the stars at night and bold into the day, and remember that the moonlight is just sunlight anyway. Driving into town one night, driving to the wow, she practiced smiling in the dark, she'd forgotten how, and it felt so foreign at the time, but time does move us still, and though it feels impossible, you will your will to will. When the darkness falls upon you and the pain is too to bear, when the heart is bleeding bitter and the cold is everywhere, just bite into the stars at night and bold into the day, and remember that the moonlight is just sunlight anyway. Striking out upon the road, struck down on her own, no one there for company, no one left to phone. You're calling out a name at night, hoping to be heard. Far across the lonely miles sings a morning bird. When the darkness falls upon you and the pain is too to bear, when the heart is bleeding bitter and the cold is everywhere, just bite into the stars at night and bold into the day, and remember that the moonlight is just sunlight anyway, and remember that the moonlight is just sunlight anyway. Far across the lonely miles sings a morning bird.
Great song.
Thank you. It's a good album.
The imagery is really good in that.
Yeah, thank you. I really, it's funny, because I don't listen to my music a lot, but every once in a while, sometimes in the car, when I'm sick of NPR and I can't find any other music that I want to listen to, I'll put on some of my music, and it's like, oh, that's
That's a good song.
a good song. That's a good album. So, but yeah, this has always been, and this is a favorite for a lot of people. Truly, it is a seminal album because it was my restart. It was me starting over, and finding a new life. And I'm and truly, one of the things that helped me the most was John McCutcheon, because Chris and I had joined Local 1000. I've been in the union since I'm 16, but we joined Local 1000 in 1999. And Local 1000 is a North American traveling musicians union, and so when I was leaving in 2000, John says, well, you should join the board of Local 1000 and come to the Folk Alliance, because that's where we had our meetings. And I said, John, I can't possibly join a board. I'm in no shape. I've just left a 20-year relationship. I can't possibly do it. He says, well, that's the reason you do need to join the board. And he was right, because I went to Cleveland to the Folk Alliance when we were having our showcase free zone. And I walk into this room, and in the room is Pete Seeger, Utah Phillips, John McCutcheon, John O'Connor, Charlie King. All these heroes are in this room. And I felt like I had found my place again. Not that I ever left the women's community, because I haven't, but I was able to expand back into the folk world, which is where my roots were. So that was just a fortuitous moment that I will always remember, and I will always be thankful to John for that. And then like 10 years later, John said, "Oh, they've been trying to talk me into becoming president." I said, "John, I'm not going to be president. Now I'm leaving Jane. I'm leaving this relationship." He says, "Again, that's all the more reason you need to do it." And he was right. Okay?
Yeah, no, I just
Oh.
in my eye.
So this is a song that I wrote actually when I was at IMA West. Now, before IMA was in Massachusetts, it was in California, in Bodega Bay.
Some people might not know what
I know. IMA is the Institute for the Musical Arts. It's June Millington and Ann Hackler's beautiful organization. And right now they're in the middle of their summer camps, where they teach young women everything about music. They teach them to play every instrument. They teach them to record. They teach them to write songs. It's a fabulous institute. But when it was on the West Coast, it was more of just a recording studio. And it was a place that I could go to find space and solace, because I didn't know what I was doing, as I've said now several times. And this song appeared like a gift, like many of the songs on this album are. The sun is breaking through this morning veil of clouds, and my heart is breaking in two. One half of my heart is open to the rising day. The other half is open to you. The daybreak raw is chilling the marrow in my bones, but soon it will be fading like the dew. Now I can't make the sun rise any faster in these hours, when I am cold from missing you. But I am willing to go, I am willing to try, I am ready for this journey of my life. I am willing to bend, I am willing to try, I am willing myself into the sky. There you go. I hear the birds start singing when the dawn is on the wing, but my wings are broken in two. But flying isn't something I am willing to let go. Flying takes me closer to you, and I am willing to go, I am willing to cry, I am ready for this journey of my life. I am willing to bend, I am willing to try, I am willing myself into the sky. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, and thank June and Ann for being a safe harbor for me in that time. Even though I got a lot of crap from June because I had left June. June was my first girlfriend. And I had left her in my 20s, but I was just a baby. I just had to find my way. But she gave me shit about that. As June would. Now, this is a song that I wrote when I was still in Marcola, I was still in the house. This song is interesting because it is about Chris, but it's more about my mother, or equally about my mother. And for me, part of the reason I did have to move on, excuse me, is I lost my mother 13 years into our relationship. My mother passed away, like I said, at 73, and this was in 1993. And it was the hardest thing that had ever happened to me at that point. That was the hardest thing. And then leaving Chris was another hard thing, of course. But something shifted in that time. And I missed her so much. But she was so unhappy, my mother. She was not a happy camper. I mean, she was funny. She could make a whole room laugh. She was bawdy. She was wonderful. People loved her. But when she was alone, there was a dark side to her. And I think she was always frustrated. She was left at the altar. That's a story I've told before. She found my father. They got married. Had 4 kids. They were happy. But she was never really content. She was always looking back, never forward, which is why I look forward, never back. But she was in so much pain. She had so many things wrong with her. She had diabetes. She had spinal arthritis. She had high blood pressure. She had psoriasis. You name it. My mother had it. And finally, she gave up. I think she died of a broken heart. She died of pneumonia, which is often what happens. So this was a song I wrote really for both of them. I can't stand the way that you are feeling. I can't stand to see you in such pain. But I would walk 1,100,000 miles just to make that pain go away. I can't help but see that you are hurting. I can see it written on your face. But I would walk 1,100,000 miles just to make that pain go away. 'Cause you mean more than I could ever tell you. And you mean more than I could ever say. And I would walk 1,100,000 miles just to walk beside you every day. I may not always find the words to tell you what it is I think it is you do. But I would walk 1,100,000 miles just to walk this troubled world with you. 'Cause you mean more than I could ever tell you. You mean more than I could ever say. And I would walk 1,100,000 miles just to walk beside you every day. Every day, every day, every day. I may not always see what you are seeing, and I may not always say what you would say. But I would walk 1,100,000 miles just to walk beside you every day. 'Cause you mean more than I could ever tell you. You mean more than I could ever say. And I would walk 1,100,000 miles just to walk beside you every day. And I would walk 1,100,000 miles just to walk beside you every day. Thank you. I wrote songs a lot higher in those days. I'm really having to reach. Of course, that album is 25 years old now. That's really hard to believe. That means I'm old.
Mold?
I'm mold, yeah. Like the Anytime Anywhere album, yeah, which is one of the albums I will be doing at some point. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next month. Just, I haven't decided yet, but it'll be another one of the... So far I've done The Horizon, True Compass? Yes. The Horizon, True Compass, and this, and Back Home. So there's more to do. So I've got a few more for you. This song is the angry song. There had to be one angry song, and this is the one that I call the angry song. I don't know what I choked on, boy. It's getting me. Because we started doing some therapy in late the fall of 1999, and hoping to make things better, helping to work things out. I really didn't want to leave, but I just couldn't. I just needed to find myself. But we tried to work on it, and it just, nothing was changing. Nothing was changing, and I just felt like she wasn't hearing me, and perhaps I wasn't hearing her as well, because there's always two sides of the story. But I just had it. I was really angry, so I wrote this song, and originally it was called Too Long Gone. Because that's the main line in the song, Too Long Gone. But the more I said Too Long Gone, the more it sounded like something on a Chinese menu. And I think it was Dar, my friend Dar, who also said, yeah, that sounds like something, a Chinese dish, Too Long Gone. I'll have an order of Too Long Gone, please. So I decided to call the song Number 38. And this is it. Night, do you know it? When I talk to you out loud, do you hear it? When I look into your face, when I look into your eyes, do you know that I can trace every moment of our lives? You know the way I feel, or are you too long gone? I can hear you. When I walk beside you daily, I can hold your hand. But you're far away from me. We've gone someplace askew from the way that I can see. I have always been with you. Do you know the way I feel, or are you too long gone? When the years begin to rush beyond the hours, when winter's deeper dreams all melt beneath the summer shower, when all of life goes crashing into the sea, I will always hope that somehow you will think of me. Something sacred, do you create it? Try to be quite honest, do you fear it? Am I talking in my sleep? No, I'm talking just to you. Am I talking a blue streak? Though it's nothing I would do. Do you know the way I feel, or are you too long gone? When the years begin to rush beyond the hours, when winter's deeper dreams all melt beneath the summer shower, when all of life goes crashing to the sea, I will always hope that somehow you will think of me. When I dream of you at night, do you know it? When I talk to you out loud, do you hear it? When I look into your face, when I look into your eyes, do you know that I can trace every moment of our lives? Do you know the way I feel, or are you too long gone? Long gone. Whoa. Again, high song. But that's a fun one to do. That's in a very odd time signatures. 3 different time signatures. 2, I guess. 5/4 and 6/4. For those of you who care. So I've got one more for you. But before I set up this last song, I do want to mention that I am going to be part of a fundraiser this Saturday night up in Baltimore, in Towson. Sonia Disappear for Ruthstein is putting together a benefit for Terry, her partner Terry Irons, who has been a big player in the women's world, in music and in law and all things to do musically. She's an amazing person, and she is dealing with glioblastoma right now, and it's ravaging her body. And they have amazing amounts of medical bills, needless to say, that need to be paid. So this concert's going to feature some wonderful artists. Ellis will be there. I will be there. Sonia will be there with her sister. Betty. Who else? Kristen Ford. I can't even think of all. There are others. My brain is. But you should come if you're in the area. There's also a silent auction that's happening. And they are going to host this part of the auction will be online. They can only have up to 20 items online, and there's like 50 some items at the auction. So that's going to go live tonight. I'm not exactly sure where. I'll try to put it up on my website if you want to take part in the auction. One of the things I'm auctioning 2 things. One is a pet portrait. The other is a copy of my very first record. I have very few copies, and I'm donating one of those. So see if you can check. Go to Sonia Disappear Fear to find out more about the concert. It's also on my page as well. But we need to help Terry. I mean, oh God, there's just so much going on in the world and in our lives. But this is worth helping. So next month, probably around the same time, middle of the month, I think. Of course, but I don't know where we'll be. But I will put up a promo video. I will put it on all my media pages for you to find out which album I'm doing next and when it'll be. So thank you again for joining with me.
Well, I can tell you.
What?
Ellis Alice, Paul, Betty, Sarah Pinkster, Sydney Bones,
Sydney's not going to be there.
Tavere, Dominic,
Tavere, yeah.
Annie Wentz.
Don Constantino. Yeah,
Diane Davidson.
No, Diane's not going to make it either. Yeah, I think
she's on the show, right? She's here.
Oh, great.
Christy Snow.
Hi, Diane. Oh, yes, Christy Snow. Yeah.
Christy Reeves.
Yes, it's going to be a wonderful night. Everyone's just doing one, maybe two songs. So it's just going to move, through the night. But please come for that if you can. This last song I'm doing for you is called Coming Home. Now, it's basically the title of the album, but Back Home is what I ended up calling it. But moving back to the Midwest, to me, was coming home. I had been on the West Coast for 30 years, and I decided that I needed to go back to home. I would have moved to Marquette if it weren't so damn cold up there, and you can't tour in the winter, so I chose Madison, Wisconsin, which I loved, and I loved Madison. I would have never left Madison if it weren't for meeting Lauren. But it was time to move. So thank you so much for being with me this hour. Through a coffee-colored window, I have glimpsed my life, brewing with remembrance, stewing in the night, and a cup full of faith has poured through these hands, coming home, coming home, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, to a warm fire burning I have dreamt myself, peaceful in my rocking chair, pictures on the shelf, but the embers are failing through the settling ash, coming home, coming home, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, coming home. Well, I have taken you for granted, I have taken you away, I have awakened in the night, I have slept through the day. Now there are no expectations, just the echo in the hall from when I first heard my voice, when I first heard the call. So I stand and I search through a blanket of pain for that warm comfort feeling of a home once again. And I turn to the wind, I turn to the road, coming home, coming home, coming home, bittersweet, coming home. It's no easy street, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, bittersweet, coming home, coming home, coming home. coming home. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful summer. And I hope I will see you next month. I will be back on the road in the fall, in the Midwest, in the East Coast. My schedule, of course, is all online. So come check it out. And thank you. Good night, all.